Flosstube. Welcome to my channel, Circus Stitches, and this is Flosstube number 73. Last week I skipped a week because I only had 800 stitches done, so that wasn't enough to even film a Flosstube. Although everyone is saying, oh yeah, you can do each week one, no matter how many stitches you did, but yeah, that was very low. Yeah, last week was a better week, of course. The week before was more carrying and taking care of Raja. He's doing well, he's eating now even. I think he has a bit of weight loss, but that's probably from his new food because it's low fat, because his pancreas is healing and cannot have fat. So yeah, I think that's the issue now. So we will see. I'm still anxious about him. If you don't know, Raja is my cat who had an infection on his pancreas. He was at the vet for 3 days with a drip. So yeah, I would say he's okay, but yeah, just the weight loss a bit. And I'm checking constantly if he's eating, if he's drinking. Yeah, so I'm very anxious that he would have a relapse. So that affected the first week of my stitching. That's why I only did the 800 stitches there. And then, yeah, last week I was thinking I want to really have some stitching done, because the last 2 months I only had issues and challenges, and I wanted to have a bit more stitching done. Like 2 months and the period before I had my burnout, so it's time to get better again, to have a better week. So I did. I have 7,435 stitches to show today on 13 whips. So welcome if you're a new viewer, and if you're returning, also very welcome. I also want to thank everyone who has donated something through coffee for Raja. I said it before, the bill was very high. It helped, of course, yeah. We still had to pay a lot, but it helped. So thank you very much. Yeah. And it was my birthday also last week. Without presents, but it's okay. Yeah. I can be happy that people remembered even that it was my birthday, and I'm getting used to have no presents because it's every year the same. And each year I try and think, oh, maybe this year I will have a gift, but nope, it didn't happen. And I see Raja as my biggest gift because he's still with me. So for me, that's, I would say, true love, but I'm coming back to that. And that's unpayable. The time we have extra is unpayable. So I'm very happy with that. So yeah, that's it. 13 whips. I have just put a pile here next to me. More 2 piles. One pile is my focus whips and the other pile is the whips for my wheel. I took inspiration of Anne, the Max Collar Stitcher, because I was each week watching her and she has amazing progress, and I thought, how is she doing it? Yeah, okay, the comparison is she has 1 child, I have 3 children. That's a big issue. Not an issue, but a big difference. But yeah. So I know we cannot compare, but I asked her lately, how do you do it? What's the difference between us? You work full time, so how are you able to do all those stitches? And then the answer was, you have 3 children. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe it's that the reason. I don't know. But, yeah. Like I said, it's more than my children, of course. It's the pets. Yeah. The household chores, driving my husband around. So I have more to do. But I'm thinking, all the stuff I do, is that equal to a full-time job? I don't know. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my son sent me a video last week, and there was about a mom and her child was saying, "What's your job, mom?" And she says, then the mother answered, "I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't have a paid job." And then her daughter documented her for 2 months, and she made a balance of her salary, what it would be if she would have a job. So all the jobs she did, from psychologist to housekeeper to driver, everything, she did the math, and she would have a salary of, what was it, $187,000. It was in the USA. Per year. And then my son said, "You are the same. You do a lot. It's not seen because you are at home, but all the jobs you do is a lot." So for everyone who is at home, I would say have in mind that you are doing more than one job. We are here 24 on 24, 7 on 7, 7 by 7, ready for everyone. And in my case, I don't have help from family. So yeah, I have to do it all by myself. I have to drive, I have to do everything because there's no help. Sometimes I'm really envious because other people have the help, have great grandparents who are there for their grandchildren, people who has this, who has this. Embrace it, because people think it's something that's normal. There are people who don't have that, who doesn't have that. So yeah, that's it. I'm rambling already, and I didn't start to show my lips. Yeah, so that was a big difference between Anne and me. What would I say more? Some whips I tried to stitch the first row out. I will say that when I'm talking about them. And yeah, was there more? Nah, I think so. From life, I think that's a bit what happened. And yeah, what's the difference? What's the differences? So stitching, I have some different methods on my whips, so I will talk about that too this time. And like I said, I have 2 piles, but they are in the random order, not the order that I have stitched on them. Otherwise it would be difficult. So normally I started to spin a wheel. I did 500 stitches for that whip, and then worked on a focus whip if I was able to. So focus whips are Kingdom or my children. I had to leave out the hate cell for now. We will see if I can get it back in rotation with the other stuff, but for now I just picked those 4 as focus whips. I'm not doing the 2000 stitches gap like Anne does, because that's for me too much. I would be crazy to do that. I'm not doing 2000 stitches of green, sorry, for example. Yeah, so it's still trying 1000 stitches for Kingdom and 500 stitches on the focus whips. And if I have done those, I try to have an extra wheel spin, because I have a bit more whips on my wheel than Anne does. I think she has 16 whips. I have 21 whips on it. There is one exception. Cats, library of cats is already on it, on that wheel, and it's not released yet. So because I want to save a space for that one, I just add it to my wheel. So when that's, now I'm just deselecting it. So when it is released, it will be added into the wheel. Yeah, so the first whip to start with was here on top. No, I thought I think a library of dogs. It's not. It's Dogs in the Library from Bridget Ashwood, charted by Pain Free Crafts. And apparently, when I'm looking for my chart, it was also a bit of Cat Week. So I was thinking, wow, I have a lot of cats and a lot of flowers this week. So this is Dogs in the Library by Bridget Ashwood. I started it last year, but last year I only did 500 stitches on it. And then it ended up in the closet. So I was thinking I really want to stitch on that one. There's no use to have it in my closet. So I put it on the wheel and it was spun. This is a 599 by 448 stitches. Yeah, and the amount of colors is not set here. I think it's around 100 colors. That's mostly what Sarah uses. Yeah, so my starting photo was a small start with 500 stitches, and I started in the right top corner where you see the face of the painting. And this is stitched on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross with wool embroidery floss. So here it is. I started the second row. I was thinking to go to the left corner because I started right top, but I wanted to see her face first. It looks gorgeous. It was confetti heavy in her face, but it's really great. So this is now at 1000 stitches out of 268,352 stitches and has 0.37% completed. So this had his first milestone with the first 1000 stitches. So yeah, that was awesome. And I need space. Trying to get that here. This was just stitched one row. Like I did the first row of blocks here and I stitched the second row. So nothing special, just picking a symbol like the typewriter method and stitched it out in that row. So nothing special. Then the next one here I have is Pizza Pups. There is a story about that one too, because this one was one that I had requested because I found it on a Chinese website. And then I thought I would buy it there, but I found out it was artwork from Bridget Ashwood. So as it's my favorite, or I have to say one of my favorite designers, I cannot buy illegal stuff. So I asked Sarah if she would chart it. But yeah, it took time, of course. So I asked her last October, November, I think, 2025. And then she suddenly released it. So that was a very nice gift. And immediately I bought it. And a lot of other people loves it too. So that's great. This is Pizza Pups. There's one more I really would like to have from Bridget Ashwood, and that's Country Kitties. So hoping that Sarah watches my video and she will chart it. View PDF. Yeah. yeah, I have to show it like this, otherwise. So this is the mock-up. No, not the mock-up, the cover photo. So pizza pups, charted by Pain Free Crafts. I love all the cute dogs. And of course, they dream about pizza. This is 446 by 335 stitches. Also here I started the right top corner, and I saw Diane on Facebook, and she started the left top corner because she has the bricks and almost the blue plate done. So I'm just here in the starting phase and corner, right top corner. As usual, I start right top. Maybe you wonder why I'm doing that, because I'm right-handed, and when I have to start on the left corner, so my lower stand is at my left side. I will show it like if I can. So let's say this is here my lower corner and my lower stand, and I have to start here on my left corner top. Then I have to do this, and that's heavy for my arm. So the reason why I start here is because I can stitch like this. So that's the only reason. If people wonder why I'm stitching always the right top corner, or I turn my chart and start then. Yeah. Pizza pups. The starting photo. I had only 360 stitches so far. Also 25 count even weave, 1/1 full cross with wool broderie floss. Wool broderie floss is a Chinese floss because with DMC it would be expensive, and this is a great floss for me. It's affordable, and even on my fabrics I try to not pay the full price, like second-hand places or coupons. So then I see when a chart is released, what do I have? Can I use one of my stash, or just wait and see when I see another coupon available and buy it then. But I try to have a bit of stock. So I showed you the start photo, so only a bit of green. This is now where I added also 500 stitches. This is now at 860 stitches out of 149,410 stitches, and it's at 0.58% completed. With the details is gorgeous. And here I think was already a hook where the mitten is, the kitchen mitten is hanging. Yeah, just like, it's small to see here, but here is the gray of the hook, and there we have the blue mitten. So this is the gray hook coming in. So also here I'm still debating if I will go to the other side, but I think I will do first the page finish because I want to see the details first. Also, the whips that you see this week will probably not be shown last week, because I have other whips on my wheel, and those will come up, of course. I think I have now 11 whips left, so it's not too bad. And it's fun because I want to clear that wheel. And the motive, normally I did it the other way around. I started with my focus whips, and then as reward I worked on my other whips. But most of the time I didn't reach my goal on my focus whips, and then I couldn't stitch on my reward whips. So that was the issue. So doing it the way around, it works better, because I know when I have stitched my first 500 stitches, I need to work on my focus whips, but it's not that bad because I'm happy because I stitched on that other one first. Yeah, maybe it's not logical for you, but it feels like that. Yep. Next one up is another one from Being Free Crafts. So we had the first 2 pups. I said it was cat week. So I think now it's all cats. Mostly. The next one is Cats I Love. Also artwork from Bridget Ashwood. Also one that I asked Sarah to chart. Because it's a lookalike of my wall. A wall is my cat. The Maine Coon lookalike. She is here. This one. And those 2 form a heart shape. So that's really, really pretty. And of course, a lot of green. I stitched a lot of green this week. So there is an event on Semi Sewing Stitches, I think, the Facebook group, where they ask you to stitch green as the monthly color. And I was thinking, I will not do that. I'm not surviving that. But apparently, this week I stitched a lot of green. I just didn't post them. But it was just like, oh, I did more green than I would otherwise have done. Not on purpose, it was just like, yeah, how it was rolling with the wheel. So this is 450 by 336 stitches. And it has beautiful butterflies. Also, something that I really, really love, butterflies. Even you wouldn't think that, because I'm always talking about dogs, but mostly cats. Big cats. I miss my big cats too. So I'm still thinking how I can have some kids in it back, because yeah, I only stitched on big full coverages this week. And I don't know how. I miss them, but yeah, I want to stitch on these too. Oh yeah, starting photo. I'm a mess this week. Of course. So this is stitched on 25 count even weave, 1/1 full cross with royal broderie floss again. And I started with the first 1000 stitches here. Great thing was, I had a great reward with this one, because I found the first rows. I started going this way to the next corner. First I had a bit more of green to do, and there was also a little of blue in it to get shading in, I guess. And then I found my first rose. It has beautiful colors, pinks. So I was happy to find pink colors instead of green. But I'm happy with my progress too here on this one. It's also one that I started last year and then landed in my closet. And it's a, yeah, it's a shame because it's so beautiful. So it needs more love. It needs more love. This got 500 stitches. It's now at 1,500 stitches out of 151,200 stitches. And it has 0.99%. So now you're shouting at me, why didn't you do a bit more so you had 1%? Because I tried to stick with my 500 stitches. So next time I will have more than 1%, of course. Normally I don't have a delivery today from the mailman, but I hear him in the street. So we will see if I get interrupted, maybe for a neighbor. Sometimes he just rings the bell for giving a neighbor package. So to give it when they're at home. Yeah, best the next one, eh? Next one is Sleeping Kittens in Flowers. Flowers, like I said. This is an R2C chart. Yeah. Where are you here? First the mock-up, of course. Oh yeah, and I don't think it has an artist. It's charted by Tarina Clark from R2C. It's an older chart. Here it is. It's this one, the large version. Beautiful kitties. View PDF. This is 550 by 392 stitches with 99 colors. Would it be here? I hear the machine. Waiting. No, it's gone. So, yeah, it's original image world AP, so not really an artist. But I love it. Also one that has been a long time in my closet. I have a lot of whips, I know. I had one of the last days, another comment on my Instagram page. How many whips do you have? A lot. Over 200. I know. And I'm not ashamed of it. I love to have my whips, so why not? Everyone's stitch is different. Everyone has another, I would say, everyone has another reason why they stitch. Some only want finishes, other ones have more variety like me and stitch more progress. What was I searching for? The start photo? Yeah, it was green. It's the right top corner again. Green. I also did 500 stitches on this one. This is also stitched on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross. It's a light blue color. And I started to work my way to the next, left corner, to the left corner. So I added 500 stitches. This is now at 1,250 stitches out of 215,600 stitches, and it has 0.58% completed. So yeah, mostly green. And I'm reaching, I think, a flower here soon. So like I said, I had the green week. And today, I already have a spoiler because I spun my wheel. It's a new start and it is green. Yep, so we are continuing the green week, I think. Although next one wasn't green. But get the flowers. It's Crafty Cat. Crafty Cat is also charted from Paint Free Crafts. It's artwork from Bridget Ashwood, also one that I had requested. Yes. Me and cats. I'm a big cat lady. Crazy cat lady, like they call me. This is a mock-up. And also here I started on the right top corner. So it has like purple flower row here, and then a big flower, I would say a rose. It's not really a rose, so maybe piney. Yeah, that really doesn't matter. But I found my rose. So I started here. Oh, I will do a close-up. So I started here. I had almost 3 flowers of the purple one done. I'm going for page finish there first. So also 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross with roll embroidery floss, and this is what I have done. So here is the start of that. I would call it a peony, and this is a filled in of the third flower. Yeah. So I'm really happy with this result too. This is now at 2,200 stitches out of 226,600 stitches and has 0.97% completed. This is also one that I started last year. I skipped a bit my older ones. Yeah, maybe not falling in love anymore with them. I don't know. I love these ones and I want now to stitch what I love. So I will see if I will pick them up or not. It's okay. I need to drink a bit first. First the drink. Next one up is one that you have seen a lot already. 360 Degrees of Cats and Dogs. Artwork is from Adrian Chesterman, charted by Pain-Free Crafts. It's retired, and maybe it will be charted by the Cross Stitch Studio. I don't know. There is questions there to chart stuff from Adrian Chesterman. Yeah, it's here. This is my mock-up. And I'm currently working in this cat with her pink ribbon. Or is it not a ribbon, the bow? Yeah. The pink bow, probably. Yeah. This is 500 by 357 stitches. A stitch count. Come, Raja. Come. You will maybe come. Come, vent. Come. Come. He's here. I will show you him. Here he is. He didn't visit for like some days now. So we will just take a minute now to pet him a bit. You can see probably. No, I cannot go lower with the stand. But he has a bit lost of his weight. But I feed him multiple times a day because he eats small bits at a time. So he will have enough eaten on his day. Yeah. Beautiful boy. So when he's sitting here, I will tell you this. Did I bring it? Probably not. Or maybe I did. Ja, I did bring it. Ik moet niet bang zijn. Nope, it's not this one. I don't know if I brought it. Let me check. Oh. But he's very scared of noises. Very afraid of noises, so I have to be careful. I don't think I brought it with me, but today I will start True Love. Max color. Yeah. Maybe he will show his face. Yeah, here he is. Beautiful boy. Mijn mooie jongen. Because when he was back at home and I could pick him up, I thought he's such beautiful. I'm happy he's still with us. And yeah, I had tears and it's true love. So I thought it's time to start this one. And of the Macacola stitching this one too. I had the version first, the regular, but I bought the other one because I loved this more. And this cat also reminds me of Streepje, who passed last year in February. So yeah, this one will be started today in the right top corner, so it will be a lot of green. So it's a must-have because of him and Streepje. So that's set, 360 degrees. I showed you the mock-up. The amount of colors, I don't know. But I bring you back up. I need to put this away a bit. Yeah, maybe a bit lower. Yep. So I think that's okay. You probably will see his tail a bit. I'm not removing him now. Like I said, he's very anxious. He's very afraid of all noises and even with the children at the house and they are playing, he's very he will move to a spot where he has, yeah, I would say where he's alone. So he goes upstairs, but lately he's more just laying on his cushion, on his pillow, on the closet there. So yeah, it's not a wardrobe, so just on the closet. He stays around me. And this morning he came to my room because he had hungry. And then he's there. So yeah. Here's my starting point on the cat with her ribbon. I had the first part of the ribbon here done. It's not a ribbon, it's a bow. Why do I keep saying ribbon? I don't know. Ja, niet bang zijn. So here it is. My next 500 stitches on this one. And this is now at, he feels my hanging threads, 43,365 stitches out of 178,500, and it has 24.29% completed. So here it is. I'm going for my corner. Now he's gone. That's 1,000 stitches away. So I think it was like here somewhere. Yeah, it was my goal to reach the next to reach the second corner this year. So I will do that first and then go down. I thought the first row doing this like Anne does is difficult because you have to add a lot of threads. But I tried it first with Kingdom. But Kingdom has around 240 colors. With these charts, it goes a bit better because they have less colors. So yeah, that's something I learned with that method. So you start normally from left to right, but I'm going from right to left. Then I take the first symbol of my right top block, the right top corner, and then stitch that out and then pick the next one and stitch it out. So that's why I have some gaps here now, because I filled in that part first. Yeah. And I try not to stitch a lot in my second row, because then I cannot go further enough. And I want to have the further spot. Ah, Skitty? We have another visitor. Here's Kitty. She is the second oldest now. She is the daughter of Mies. Mies was here to steal Raja's food, but now she's gone. This is Mies Kitty. Ja. Nee, ik heb geen eten. I think she's searching for food again. They want to eat candy all day, but they cannot have it. So they have food available. Yep, next one up. I think we're halfway. Next one up is Catnap. Cats? Oh, cats. And I'm very surprised even that Raja came, because normally he doesn't come at all. He's just walking and doing his stuff, but nope. And now he's coming more. He's more present. And I think he's very grateful, because I was thinking later, when I left him at the vet, he wouldn't look, he wouldn't watch to me, he wouldn't look to me. And maybe he was thinking I left him alone. But I had to, because he needed his medication. But maybe he thought I wouldn't pick him up again and leave him there, like in a shelter. But then I came and I picked him up again. So yeah, I think that's the thing he was thinking. Oh, you made me feel better and you brought me back home. So yeah, you're allowed to pet me more. I'm grateful. It's kitty. I need Catnap in my pet keeper. And she's also a thing she now wants, is going outside, and she's not allowed. So she's trying everything to be outside. My neighbor has fish in her garden, so she would go fishing. Yeah, Catnap is here. This is the regular version, not the max color. This is Catnap. And charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is from Jeff Haney, the cover photo. And this is 500 by 358 stitches with 89 colors. Oh yeah, starting photo. Also one that I started last year. I'm touching all the wrong buttons. So here I'm starting off. This is stitched on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross with royal broderie floss. Oops. And this is now at 2,750 stitches. I worked more on this cat head, of course. I want to have that cat head first done before choosing the other pet. And where was I? 2,750 stitches out of 179,000 stitches, and it has 1.54% completed. Yeah. So that was Catnap. Then next one is Blooming Whiskers. Blooming Whiskers, charted from Paint Free Crafts. Artwork is from Emma and Bridget Ashwood. This is also one that I have requested at Sarah's. The front. This is 600 by 429 stitches and also around 100 colors. And if you watch this part, you would say this looks like Raja. Just he doesn't have the black stripes. But I have a chart that there is more lookalike like him. I still didn't start it. It's this one from Gecko Rouge. That's that. Oh. But this one is black. Black and white. So I'm still thinking to start that one too. Because I almost lost him. Then blooming whiskers. I started here. This is also stitched on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross with royal broderie floss and nip bark, of course. Also, no, I would say 500. This one got a bit more. 715 stitches. And I filled in mostly here. Yeah. So here I'm going like this. Shoop, shoop. But yeah, this one was 2 blocks high. So this is now at 16,420 stitches out of 257,400 and has 6.38% completed. So yeah, beautiful. And I was really hoping to get to my yellow flower again. Yellow is my favorite color. But yeah, I thought, no, just go with what you have to do here. I have a bit issues with the light colors on the light fabric. So I thought, oh, I will skip it and go back to there. But no, I just did work on that block I had to. And keep the yellow flower as an other gift for another day. As a reward. Then I had a new start. I was going to have this as a birthday start, but then it wasn't released yet. So I had to wait, and then I started immediately that one when it was released. Can you guess it? Which one I'm talking about? It is Blue Panther. Artwork is from Simonetta Zambelli, charted by the Cross Stitch Studio. And this is 450 by 560 stitches with 110 colors. Did I call her name? Yeah, correctly. Simonetta Zambelli. Yeah. So this was a new start. For 500 stitches. I know and does 1000, but I try to start with 500. I only need normally 200 with warriors, but yeah, I try to do 500. This is the right top corner, again stitched on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross with royal broderie floss. It has beautiful colors, and it looks dark here, but it is reds in it and dark purple. Yeah, so it's not accurate as it is in real life. It looks beautiful. It's a thing to have the colors on the right spot when you film or take a photo, that it's not showing accurate. The limitations of colors, I think. Oh yeah, so that was the first 500 stitches out of 252,000 stitches, and it has 0.20% completed. And then we are at the last 4 already. The children's whips first. So I have my oldest son here. Going back to the top here. His choice was super size max color, Cruising the Information Highway by Randall Spangler, charted by Heaven Earth Designs, and this is 999 by 690 stitches with 238 colors. And I started off here. I added his 500 stitches in the brown here. So this is now at, where is it? 40,850 stitches out of 689,310, and has 5.93% completed. And it's getting heavy, that's why I need this adapter from Lowry to get it in my Lowry stand. Otherwise it falls down. So this is how it looks so far. Brown and black now. I came out of a lot of green box. Yeah. Why there wasn't there a yellow one? I think Randall Spangler lost green. I have another chart of him. Reading Time, I think it's called. And it's only green. It's in a forest, so yeah, it's green. But now I really wish that green was my favorite color. It would have been so much easier for me to stitch on those. But yeah, and then you will say, and you will start True Love, who has nothing else than green, mostly. I know, but I love the idea. And I will make my life hard, difficult with that. It's the beautiness that speaks to me. Then we have another one with issues. That's the one for my youngest son, the Circus one. Night at the Circus. That's this one. Charted by Heaven Earth Designs. Artwork is from Amy Stewart. Super size max color again. Also stitched on 25 count. The Cruising the Information Highway is also on 25 count stitched. This is 999 by 716 stitches with 238 colors. Yep, and I decided to move on to the next corner because I didn't want to do all the confetti first. So here's where I started, and here was the top of the Circus stand. Here with a lot of confetti, and I was like, don't feeling it yet. I want to take it a bit easy for now and start just going to find the left top corner. So I did. I added 500 stitches. So I had this done. This is new. And I'm now at 49,310 stitches out of 715,284. And it has 6.89% completed. And now I still can show it to you. I probably have to move a bit. I'm thinking now next is 5 is still here. So maybe it's just enough for the next stitching session. This is what I have so far. So I'm thinking if I reach the other corner and I do this like a rose, that I get more of all and not. I have to rewind. So I can stitch on all the things and not only one stuff. That drives me nuts because it's confetti heavy and I can just move on. That's the meaning behind for me. Because like with this monkey here, it took ages to get through that one. So if I'm just going like this, I have different spots, different items, and there will be more motivation to keep continuing because I always have something different to stitch on. So for now it will be a lot of blue until I reach the next top, but it's okay. Something easy in between is not too bad. It's also great to have something easy. It will not stay easy. I'm sure of that. I think even now I have a bit of confetti stitches in this block to finish before I can go to the easier of block stitching part, because it's background and it has some elements like the light bubble next to it. Just watching. Yeah, I have some confetti to do next. Oh, holy moly. This will not be the next part. Yeah, I see why. It's firework. So, you have that monkey. Then, yeah, I will show it here. So, as I'm searching here a bit, so I think this was a light bubble there. Then I had a bit of the blue, and I'm coming into this firework here. And it has green also. So this will be confetti heavy, that part, with the firework. So this is my way to the next top corner I'm going to do. Yeah, that's it. Then I have 3 children. I had the 2 boys, so I have my girl left. And that is Supersized Max Color Coloring Book Afternoon. Oh. Artwork from Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven Earth Designs. This is oh, it's this one. 999 by 740 stitches with 237 colors. Yeah, I did give you the numbers, Circus. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. So the Circus numbers, it's now at 49,310 out of 715,284, and it has 6.89% completed. So then my daughter one, this one is the only one on 28 count even weave, 1 over 1 full cross, and I'm working my way down here to the next page finish. So that here is the next page finish. So I added 500 stitches here too. Here. And this is now at 44,350 stitches out of 713,286 with 6.22% completed. So it's beautiful, but heavy to do. This is now a bit an easy stitch because it's in the edge of the ball. And someone said on Instagram, you are getting close to a yellow marker. And I was like, oh really? she is right. So this is what I have done. But I'm thinking when this page is done that I will complete to go to the corner also. To get it a bit easier. Because this is also stages of the same thing. So I had first all the pencils, then this crayons, now all the markers. So I'm getting tired of that, and I want to see some other stuff in between, so that I get progress, but I don't have only to stitch markers. So maybe that's the best way to do now for this one. Hopla. And then the final one for this week was Animal Kingdom. Supersized Max Color. Working on my first shelf still. So this is the mock-up. So I'm working here on that part with trees, box, birds. Yeah. Like yesterday I had confetti for my bird. So I started off here. This is also stitched on 25 count even weave, 1/4 full cross. And I'm now thinking to work also like again in rows with the typewriter method. But here I have here a lot of part threads. So I'm trying to stitch out first my my part threads and then fill in the gaps with the typewriter method from Stitching Mommy. And I still park. So Stitching Mommy is stitching her threads out when she picks a symbol, and I'm parking it when I don't need it in my row or under, and go park it under it. If it's not needed there, then it's going out, of course. So that's where I started. More info. It's 999 by 765 stitches with 237 colors. It's artwork for Amy Stewart and charted by Helen Earth Designs. It's super size max color. And 25 count, like I said. So here it is. I added 1220 stitches this week. I first filled in a bit more of the koala here. Then I started on the next book. This is a book. And then I went up here to start to fill there in. So this is my bird that I was stitching on yesterday with confetti heavy. So I have just this small bit to do, and then this row completed. So yeah, that's the full view of this part. I will give you the stats in a minute. Just open, fold it up, unfold it. Hoopla. So this is my first part. This is huge, even on 25 count. And then we have this part. So it's really, really, really big. This is now at 168,720 stitches out of 764,235 and has 22.05%. So I reached the next percent. It's another milestone. Yay! So yeah, that's great. So I don't think I will stitch on this today because I stitched on it yesterday. Give it a bit of rest. I'm still a lot behind on this one. I was aiming for 1,000 stitches a week at least, or 1,500. But then with all the issues that I had, yeah, I'm so behind. So I'm just thinking to try for the 1,000 stitches. Can I do more? It's good. Can I don't do more? Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not getting stressed about it. If it has more stitches done, it was more than last week. So that's it. I think it was all for today. Yeah, I had True Love to start. I'm not spinning my wheel for the week because I want to spin myself and have it as a surprise. If I know my stuff up front, yeah, I can know it because if I look at my wheel, of course, but I don't do that. I just spin and put it away. So that it is a surprise what I get for the day. So if I know it up front, I have to do this all week, I'm getting stressed, getting overloaded. I don't want to do it anymore. So that's the reason why I'm not spinning here for the whole week. Yeah, that's stitching plans. So for today I spun. It was True Love, that you know. And I think then Focus Whip will probably my oldest son. Yeah, because I still have an appointment later today. Yeah, Wednesday we have again the clinic the hospital with my daughter. So like then, those days, if I can do my 500 stitches, I can be happy. Then I cannot reach 1000 stitches. But one day this week I had reached 1500 stitches. So it depends. And also my back. It depends. If I have a bad day of my back, I can stitch more, of course. Because I cannot move a lot. So yeah, that's it. So I will close then here, I guess. The whips you will see normally next week is Kingdom. And the last 4 from my children. And the others are normally all new. New and not seen, or not all new stars, of course. No. I think I have 2 new stars on that wheel, and one of them was True Love again. And Castle Library, but it's not released. So other stuff was not on the wheel for new starts, I thought. I think those are just whips, like Kitty Heaven and such. A lot of cats. Although I'm thinking to have another new start of a cat, but I already have a lot of cats, so maybe just stick with what I have and keep going. But it's difficult. Yeah, that's difficult. And as I'm stitching green today, I'm not going to stitch on Kingdom because it will be green again. So one green project is enough. And my oldest son is brownish. I will check that. What color I get there. Sometimes I'm just deciding on colors. Which color I want to stitch on today. So it's not all the same. If I go, I'm at 5200 stitches from the corner. So if I go to the right, to the left, go to the right. If I go to the left, I go to black. Black and 3371. Yeah. This one had a special journey so far. First I did a page, then I started to go with the first blocks. It was too high. Then I stopped at the middle. And then now I filled in all the pages and I'm still thinking to go to the next corner. But I will get more color then. And not being stuck at the same spot. So it's this one. I was here at this book with this golden bat. So then I would go over this part where it's black and brown, and then I would go to the next colorful box. So it would be from here to there with box, and not being stuck at the same green. And also could go to the dragon. Make my way to the dragon. But then I'm wandering off. See, decisions, eh? Oh, just keep it easy and go what you do. So it probably will go to the left. Yeah, sometimes I forget I'm stitching from right to left instead of left to right. Yeah, and especially with Kingdom, it's the other way around. I stitch there from left to right because then I didn't know better and started just from the left to right, left top corner. Yeah. Also, because 5000 stitches is not a page, but I will finish. And I getting something else done. That's also nice. So I'm not going to get myself insane with page finishes. I think I will go for row finishes. Yeah, we will see how far I will have that goal. As you know, I can change my mind every week. So now I'm thinking of letting you go. Do I have to say something else? We are still doing in the giveaway event the puzzle from February. It's still not finished. We still need 100 pieces. We are close to 300 now, but it's still 100 pieces. So I did a giveaway for my birthday instead, and then when this puzzle is done, I will do then the giveaway for that one, because in the middle of a puzzle doing the spinning is like, yeah, the puzzle is not finished. I had hoped it was finished by the end of the month of February. Apparently there are less participants, so yeah, that makes it longer. For me, no issues, of course, but yeah. Yeah, that's it. So I hope you have a great week, a great stitching week, and I see you again next week. I hope to have a great stitching week this week too, with this new method. It also meant that that was another thing I wanted to say. With spinning that wheel, I bent. That sounds harsh, but I put a lot of my whips in timeout. It's not meaning that that I cannot swap. If I'm saying, oh, I don't want to stitch this whip, I could just can swap. I only want to have at least 1,000 stitches done on it. So let's say I take Dog in the Libraries again out. I do another 500 stitches. I did 1,000 stitches on it for this year, and I can swap it out. But probably I won't, but it's an example. If I want to stitch on more whips. The thing is, I don't really have a desire now to swap or to stitch other whips. So for now I don't have that issue. It can come later. Like with now I'm in the flower season again, and spring and summer, but like with autumn, Halloween, that time of periods, or like in summer also I like to do stitch on water whips. It's difficult. Yeah, and bringing back temperature stitching, I thought of that too, but the thing is, you stitch 100 stitches, you put it away. I have more time loss with that because I normally stitch on 2 whips and I have done for that day. Unless it's really early in the evening and I can do another 300 stitches, yeah. This week I had 1 week of 800 and 1 day of 800 and 1 day of 700 stitches, but then I had another day of 1,500 stitches, so that made it up. So like I'm saying, it's all depending on how the confetti is, how it's going. Like Kingdom is also not easy to stitch on. Circus will not be easy to stitch on this week with the firework and so on. So that's also making, what can I do? Yeah. And do I have more appointments this week except for that? Maybe groceries shopping. So it's normally a quiet week. Normally. Yeah. So that's it. I will leave you now and I see you again next week. Stay